A Lenten Reflection on Almsgiving by Sister Elaine DesRosers, OP. Almsgiving, the third pillar of Lenten observance, may be described as fulfilling the material need of another. You can do nothing for me, Jesus said to St. Catherine of Siena, but you can serve and help your neighbor. Jesus says in the Gospel, "Whatsoever you do for the least of my brethren, you do for me." This Lent, we may say, I'll search out a material need of my neighbor and try to fulfill it. That will be my almsgiving. It is right to say that God does not need our material help, but I suspect that God is pleased when we offer ourselves in ways of spiritual almsgiving. The first is in contemplative prayer, quietly sitting in God's presence. Placing ourselves in a space for grace, we allow ourselves to experience God, letting go of thoughts. This is not easy because of the steady flow of thoughts emanating from our minds. But here's an idea. Since the mind is the source of thought, let us try dropping from the head to the heart. There is no thinking in the heart, only love. Since God is love, what more could we ask? A closely related spiritual almsgiving is awareness of the presence of God, taking delight in being in God's presence throughout the day. Try to refresh your memory of God's presence each time you do an often repeated action, like crossing a threshold, walking the stairs, or taking the elevator. God is always with us. We just need to remind ourselves of that great grace. Sometimes we are tempted to give up one of the Lenten practices. This year, let us not yield to this temptation, because our God rejoices in any effort we make. So just showing up is a viable form of spiritual almsgiving. Let us give ourselves to neighbor and to God this Lent.